Hello, hello, hello. My name is Dr. Tiffany. I am owner and founder of Ulta New Creations and Dr. Tiffany Ross Coaching and Consulting, where we work with women, teaching them how to heal and recover from traumatic relationships. And today we're going to be talking about why doing more in your relationship will not fix it. It will not fix it, so stick around. Let me tell you a little bit about how we got here. So last week we talked about and define what exactly is an emotionally traumatic relationship. So if you have not watched that video, make sure you go back and watch that video and then come back to us and let's talk about why doing more will not fix your relationship. So I've encountered so many women in my business that will always talk about, well, I do this, I plan this, and I'm always planning that, and I'm always the one that initiates in the relationship, and I'm always the one who is doing this and doing that and trying to prove that I really am here and that I really do love you and that I'm showing up. But the downside about it is my partner does not do the same for me. So we create this balance, or we have this imbalance in the relationship where you have one partner doing all the work and then the other partner, well, doing little, very, very little, or if any thing in the relationship. And that's not okay. So our typical response is to continue to do more. Like we want to do more. We want to do more. We still want to do more. I don't want this person to not think that I don't love them, that I don't care about them. So I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna continue to show up. I'm gonna show up. And then the person still does not show up. They still does not show up. Why is that? Why why is that? So a lot of people reach out to me wanting to know, well, what can I do? What can I do when I'm the one who always is doing the work in the relationship and my partner is not? I feel rejected. I feel dismissed. I feel unheard. I feel devalued. I feel like, I'm not important to this person because they are not showing up to the relationship. How can I break this pattern of doing more in the relationship, or always being the one doing more in the relationship? Well, let's first do this. I feel like all behaviors first start in the mind. Like we don't do anything without thinking about it first. That's my belief. Now, you may have some people that argue with that, and that's okay. You don't believe what I believe. We believe totally different. It's okay. Like, we can exist and not believe the same. But I believe that behaviors first start in the mind. So we're gonna start off by breaking that mindset. Where did that hard work mindset come from? Where did that hard work mindset come from? That's what it is. It's a hard work mindset. And I know it's a hard work mindset because I hear people all the time say marriage is hard work, relationships are hard work. I don't believe that. I don't believe relationships are hard work. I don't believe marriages are hard work. Do I believe they are work? Absolutely, yes. I do feel like in order for you to have a relationship that is healthy, or be that is healthy, that is thriving, that both partners actually have to put in the work in order to do that, in order to have a good relationship, in order to build a good relationship, both persons have to put in work. And sometimes that work may be a little harder than others, but marriages are not hard work. If your marriage is always hard work, then either you're the one doing all the tugging, or the other person is doing all the tugging, and that other person is not showing up. And who wants to be in a relationship where the other person is not showing up? Nobody. No one wants to be in a relationship where the other person is not showing up. That's not a relationship, that's a parent. Are you being the parent in your relationship? Are you the one that's always pursuing while that other person gets the distance, or that other person is not showing up? It will not work. It will not work. Doing more in the relationship will not work. So here's my thing. When a relationship goes wrong, then two people are in the relationship, then two people are making the relationship go wrong. So if you're in a relationship where you feel like you have to do more, then number one, you need to ditch that mindset that hard work, that you're supposed to be working hard in your relationship, or that relationships are hard work. That is false. That is a false statement. You will have to work hard at some points, but it is both partners working hard. It's not with just one person working hard. It's not just, you will have to work hard to make sure that you're on the same page. You will have to work hard to make sure that you're communicating in a healthy way, but your relationship should not always be hard. It should not always be hard. It shouldn't be that you're having a conversation with your family and your friends, and what you say is, "Girl, relationships are hard work," and we hear you say that all the time. No, your relationship should not always be hard. If your relationship is always hard, then there are some other things in the relationship going on that may need to be further looked at, that may need to be further evaluated by a professional. So that was my rant. I feel like I need to breathe and take a deep breath after that. So first, we're gonna ditch that mindset that relationships are hard work. Relationships should not be hard work, and if they are, it's time for us to do something about it. That's the first thing that we're going to do. Then the second thing that we need to do is to really be honest with ourselves. Where did that thought come from? Where did that thought come from that I need to work hard in the relationship, or that relationships hard work? Yeah, and here's my thing, here's my belief. I believe we're groomed to work hard. Like, we're groomed in society to work hard. We work hard in our jobs, we get a raise. We work hard in school, then we pass grades. We work hard, we work hard, we get awards. We work hard, we get promoted. Like, our minds are naturally groomed that if we work hard, then we get something out of it, that something good comes out of it. My friend, that does not work for relationships. It does not work for relationships. And I think a lot of women are so groomed to work hard and they think, and I think culture does this. Some of our cultures do this, some of our religions do this. That we're groomed that the woman is supposed to work hard and the woman is supposed to do this, and the woman is the one that fights for well, actually both people are supposed to be the ones fighting for the relationship, but the woman is always the one that just gives and gives and gives, and they may or may not get what they can get or get what they're supposed to get out of the relationship, and they're supposed to be okay with it. I think our society has really trained us that to do that, but I don't believe that. I believe their relationship works when both partners show up to the relationship to make it work. And if you are in a relationship where you are the pursuer or you are the one doing the hard work, then you have to be honest with yourself. Where did this behavior come from? Did this behavior come from me being trained? Did I come from a family of women who were extremely independent because they didn't have a man to depend on? Or they grew up in a single family household where they only had their mom? Or where did this mindset come from? Or do they come from the aspect of that you have to work hard in order for to receive love? Is that how you interacted with your family? Is that how you interacted with your father? Is that how you interacted with your mother? Is that you had to do something in order to be recognized or to be noticed? Where did this thought come from that you have to work hard and that you have to give in order to get in the relationship? Where did this thought come from? Because it is false. And we have to deal with that mindset, because doing more will not save your relationship. It will not. I know women, couples even that are they may be seeing a therapist individually, and then they have a therapist for their marriage, and then they have a life coach, and they may have a business coach and a trauma coach, and they have all of these resources. They have 20 self-help books on the shelves, and they're always doing this and doing that, and they're always seeking out information and watching 50 videos on how I can make my relationship better. They're doing all of these things, but they're not getting any better. Their relationship is not getting any better. And the problem is, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Relationships thrive when both partners show up to the relationship to do the work. And if you are in a relationship where you're the only person doing the work inside of that relationship, and you're mentally exhausted, and you have mental fatigue, and you're tired, and you just don't want to give anymore, like, I'd be tired too. I mean, anybody tired when they work hard. I mean, when I work hard, I get tired. Don't you? When you work hard, you get tired. You don't have anything left to give, and you're the one that always end up getting the short end of the stick. So I hope that helped you. Doing more would not make things better. So I know you're wondering, like, now, Dr. Tiffany, we've dealt with the hard work mindset. It's a false mindset. Where do I go from here? Well, I'm glad you asked because I created a guide called Emotionally Difficult Relationships that will go over the top 5 myths of emotionally difficult relationships. So in there, I talk about specific resources, and I talk about the myth of doing more and how it won't save your relationship. And I talk about the other myths about how it's not all in your head. Like the things that are going on in your relationship is not all in your head, and how you can actually um, be carrying around some false things about relationships and not even know it. You may have some things that you're tolerating in your relationship that you didn't know that you were tolerating, but it's also feeding that unhealthy or toxic cycle that in your relationships. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the description and download your very own copy of that guide of 5 myths about emotionally difficult relationships. And if you have any questions from there, if you're like, "Oh, I kind of know where I am. I know that my relationship is not a good one, and that we're going in these cycles over and over, and no matter how much I'm showing up, the other person is just not showing up. There may be some past abuse, or there may be some current abuse that's going on in the relationship, and I just don't know what to do." Then, my friend, schedule a discovery call with me. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what you can do. Let's put some very real things in place and give you a very real actionable plan of how you can move forward, because nothing moves forward if you don't. Nothing will change if you don't. And you can absolutely change inside of the relationship while in the relationship. Now, if you're in an abusive relationship, I never would recommend for anyone to stay inside of an abusive relationship. But some people may not feel strong enough. They may not feel strong enough to leave. They may not even know what to do. So schedule a discovery call with me, and let's talk about what would be your next step. And join me on next week. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. And join me next week as we continue our talking about the emotionally difficult relationship. And next week, we're going to focus on, oh, excuse me, we're going to focus on our second myth, and that is not all in your head. It's not all in your head. So join me next week while we talk about that. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.